everyone, welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to this reading. We will see what your soulmate's higher self would like to say to you at this time. And this is your soulmate's guidance or message of support or prediction. Maybe all three. We'll see what we get. Also, you could or could not have met them yet, but you will meet them at some point in this lifetime. And we are looking at principal energies. It can be platonic, it can be romantic connections. We'll see what comes up for you guys. So we have pile number 1 here, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Make sure to choose your reading with your intuition. If you're not sure how, you can watch the video in the ribbon above and it will walk you through it. And whenever you've made your choice, the reading for you is in the timestamps and in the description box and the comment below. So whenever you're ready, we will get started. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading and welcome to Ethernal Realms. You chose this wonderful crystal over here. So let's get into it and see what messages come through from your soulmate's higher self. Now these can be messages of guidance or support. They can be from a soulmate who is already in your life, or it can be from someone you've not yet met but you are destined to meet. And by soulmates, we also mean close friends and just in general the souls that care about us and are along the same speed of development as we are at this time. So let's see what comes up. Okay, so the first card we have here is the Woods and we have Enchantment. And that is so interesting. Both of them kind of correlate with one another. And I'm hearing you will find magic inside. You'll find magic inside. Some of you could be doing shadow work. That's like one context I get. But others of you might be about to embark upon a new journey that is unknown to you. Or you're like unsure of your own capacity of dealing with, let's say, a college, or you're starting a new job, or you're joining a new team, maybe even moving homes to some place that is very unfamiliar to you, learning a language that is difficult for you. You know, there's like a whole bunch of things that can be said here, but it's something that is unknown, unfamiliar, and seems as though there's not much help, or at least that is the fear that you might be alone in this. Okay, but that's in that situation I'm getting that you will find magic inside, and that there is support. And it looking at this deer over here, it feels very reassuring. You know, it feels as though you will find your soulmate there. Some of you, especially like if you're moving abroad or you're like going to college or in a new course or something where other people are involved, basically, you're likely to find someone who's your speed and your type and can be considered a soulmate. And also it indicates that you will be supported through the journey, and whether or not you and your soulmate have already connected physically, their higher self is always watching over all of its soulmates, right? It is constantly making sure that the soul itself is fine, but also, the physical life, the mates as well are doing good, because then at some point we're going to cross paths. So yeah, there's a spell of protection is as well I'm hearing. These are very abstract and contain imagery, right? So it's more about the feeling that comes through here. We'll get some more details through the tarot cards. Let's see what else your soulmate's higher self would like to tell to you. We have the Devil coming through, and that is again that unknown, fearful, and the shadow work qualities we were talking about. Then we have the Queen of Swords as well, and this indicates that again you are being guided. It's instead of the reindeer, we just have this crow over here. It feels like the same woods, but once you walk inside, you see that there's more space. You can kind of pause and reflect and think about it, just soak it in. Also, the Queen of Swords is thinking clearly. So I think your soulmate's higher self is kind of giving you epiphanies or some type of guidance and synchronicities as well along your journey. So listen to those thoughts. I'm hearing that some of you deny the words. You hear it, but then you ignore it, thinking that it's just you speaking, but it's not really we have the Ace of Wands as well. So this indicates that that magical thing, it looks like a magic wand. I never saw it that way. But I'm constantly being redirected to that magic situation. Some of you can be quite creative as well with your words, with your thoughts. So you think original, you think very different, and that could be part of the fear as well. Maybe you're afraid to showcase your skills out there because it's unknown territory and there can be criticism, or just it goes unappreciated, and then something you enjoy can get ruined because of that. That's what I'm getting, as though it's very innocent and you feel the need to protect it, and you should. Okay, like sharing it in the wrong spaces is obviously not the best idea, but that doesn't mean you cannot share at all, right? So the Ace of Wands is indicating that you are the magic, your expression is magical in whichever way that you show up in the world. So don't sell yourself short. Just say your piece and then have your healthy boundaries. It doesn't matter what other people have to say. It doesn't matter what criticism comes in. And that doesn't mean that other people have nothing valid to say. It's just that does not affect you, your self-esteem, and how you view the world, right? You can definitely take criticism and see how the other person would look at this situation, and you can improve upon that. But it doesn't mean that you as a person is not good, or that your skill is not there, and so on. So I'm getting sort of innocent fears that's coming in. Maybe you've not talked to anyone about this because it seems too stupid to share, or too silly to even have these problems to be holding you back. I don't know. There's some type of underselling. Either you're doing that to yourself or to your fears. Okay, so yes, you do have a lot of talent, and you're the spark in a room. I'm also hearing the spark in a room. You have the magic in you, and you keep it. That almost rhymed. Goodness, I didn't even try. Okay, then we have the Three of Swords. You have the fear of criticism. I'm really getting, and fear of pain, suffering, and heartbreak as well. Maybe you're afraid to enter into relationships because you've not had a good run, and you're highly selective about who you are with, as that can be a thing. Some of you have one or both parents who are quite critical, and they have a specific way of doing things, and they expect you to follow the same path, but you have something quite different, and you don't want to disappoint them, but you're also not wanting to disappoint yourself. And the fact that you're not able to follow through with your dreams or aspirations, that itself is a heartbreak of its own. So there's a third party type of situation, but with circumstances instead of people. Yeah. Then we have the Star, which is so beautiful. Oh goodness, I'm hearing, look up at the stars when you feel lonely. Okay, that's something I hear. Oh my God, I'm getting chills. I've never had such clear messages. It's literally just flowing through me. Oh good, regular meditation does work then. Okay, so the Star is really saying that you have literally infinite support. And whether you're in the thick of the woods, or you are camping out in the clear field, or you're sad, or you're happy, or you're lonely, whatever it is that you are going through, or wherever it is that you are, the stars are always going to be there. Okay, when you look up, you will still always have the infinite universe. Even if the stars are not visible sometimes, you know that they're there. So I think I'm sort of getting, look at the brightest star and then look around, because that really expands the perspective, right? We stop worrying about the very tiny things that can go wrong, would go wrong, have gone wrong in our lives. We zoom out, and that gives us the courage, of course, but it also gives us perspective. Right? It gives us a vision of what can be. So instead of circling around in the same spot and driving ourselves crazy, making ourselves feel bad and trapping ourselves, we can just look outside the box. So change your perspective when your perspective is not working for you. That's another message I get. And also there is healing. The magical healing, that magic that we're talking about. Of course, you are magical, but also I think that divine protection we were getting is coming through with the Star too. You're being watched, you're being guided, and you're not truly lost. You'll never be really lost. There's always support for you. That loneliness is not real is something I hear. That's strong claim, but that's coming through. It just came out. Okay. And what was I saying? The healing, yes, with the heartbreak situation or difficult situations as well. As you go through the woods, there is healing over there. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Strong stuff, goodness. Ooh. So pile number 1, their soulmate's higher self, please. What would they like to say? I think this is one of the strongest channelings I've done. Shit. And I'm not like a regular channeler or something. It just happens randomly. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but yeah. Okay, then we have shift the way to new potential. And yes, that means that you have it, right? You have the potential. And I like this spiraling outward. I guess it depends how you see it. It can be spiraling inward or outward. But I'm kind of feeling an expansion, right? Whenever I see this, I feel a sense of growth that's coming in. And it all starts from you, from that center point, from that one decision of doing the scary thing, which you know is going to expand you. And once you do that, it's like your soul expressing. And that's what ultimately any higher self would want, right? For the soul to be able to express in its highest version. So that's what's happening, okay? That's what's about to come in. If you're not sure what I'm talking about here, this is something that will come in, something that is being dealt with. There's definite expansion, mentally, spiritually. We have manifesting and doing, okay? So if you struggle with a lack of faith, that can also be a topic over here. You're scared to have faith, or you're scared to trust it too much. What if it doesn't work? What if you'll be disappointed? Things like that. So I think the message here is start acting instead of thinking about it. Okay, just do your manifestation, say what you know is right, and then immediately go and take action. And whatever it is that whatever is your vision, you will find the courage to overcome the obstacles along the way. But also you won't be bothered with obstacles because your perspective has changed as well. The way you see your circumstances is going to determine how you act in those situations. If you feel threatened, that's when you'll defend yourself, right? Not otherwise. So if you're not feeling threatened anymore, or whatever that is ahead of you is just not a threat anymore, then you're not bothered with it. You don't have to defend yourself. You just say your piece and then you're out. Nothing holds you back. You don't take it personally, and you just do what you're supposed to do. So it's sort of that neutral perspective that I'm getting here, and I think that's why also widen your perspective, zoom out of your situation. That is also coming through, because one other analogy I'm getting here is that even regular parks at night, they look really eerie if you don't have any lamps there. If there are no lights, it's really scary sometimes if it's like a thick wooded place. But in the same park in the morning when the sun shines, it's like, oh, okay, there's so much open space, there's a lot of life, look at the various trees and the birds and the animals and so on. So that perspective is just really, really important. When you zoom out, or when you step outside of circulating in that same location, you can see that there is a field nearby, there is the main road nearby, and so on, right? So that's very important. Take action, get the vision, calm down, that sort of thing. Don't worry about it because you're supported and guided, so don't be scared. And that if you are feeling scared, accept it, fine. But realize that you don't have to remain that way. You're scared now, yes, but you know that you don't need to be because of blah, blah, blah. Hence, go for that. Okay, wow. Lots of encouragement. Kind of done with this deck. I was just shuffling just in case. And let's get you some guidance now, I think. I want this one. Okay, let's see. For pile 1, please. From their soulmate's higher self. The wisdom and messages of the divine are within you. Yes, that means you already know the answers, but you're ignoring. Some of you are ignoring it. You know it intuitively that it's going to be a great thing, a fun thing, and the only thing that's holding you back is like the current limitation, perhaps the practicality of it, or you know, you're feeling oppressed somehow into taking a specific direction that's not your real wish. We also have, wow, we have Condor, which is the highest vision. Hold the highest vision for your life. You now possess the ability to move past any hurdles. This is literally like that zoom out, look at your vision, get a vision, get more perspective, and that will help with the fear, right? Because your soulmate's higher self is like, okay, you're gonna go through this, right? This is happening, either already has started or it is about to, that you're embarking on a new journey, and you might feel a little bit scared about that, even though you know that it's going to be exciting and inspiring. So that's why this, I think, is coming through, that before you give in to the fear, that's accurate. Before you give in to the fear, think about these things, basically. Okay, that should help, apparently. So there you have it. So that's what I have for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much for being here. I hope the messages resonate and that they help you out. Let me know your thoughts, and if you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box and the comment below. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye. Hi Pile 2, welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to your reading. So let's get into what your soulmate's higher self would like to tell you. Now these can be messages of support or encouragement, but they can also be guidance and some predictions as well, depending on what they need to tell you. And this soulmate can or cannot be a romantic soulmate, but this is someone who is going to be a part of your life over here. So you may or may not have met them yet, but they're still connected with you for this lifetime. So let's see for Pile 2, please, what are their soulmates higher selves messages for Pile 2? We have edges we have, and we have follow the rabbit. Okay. Some of you can have rabbits quite literally, so they might be guiding you towards something. But if this is not literal, this is meaning that you need to follow that curiosity and, you know, your adventurous spirit to make some transformations happen. With the edges here, it feels like you're almost there, almost somewhere. And you've done a lot to get to this point of breaking through, but I feel like you're going to break through some type of barrier or something that you've been struggling with internally or externally, and this change is going to be extremely liberating for you. And this change is going to help you follow more of your dreams and aspirations and make them a reality. I'm also getting that rabbits can be a spirit animal for some of you guys, and also that the soulmate can connect with you through rabbits. I'm paying attention to the ears here. They have this keen sense of hearing, right? They're very sensitive to sound. So I think you might hear thoughts, hear voices, hear guidance. But this is mostly that intuitive voice. It means follow that, because that intuition might be guiding you towards something more adventurous in life, or it wants to break you out of a cycle of sorts. So don't resist that. Basically, you're almost there. I keep hearing that. You're almost there somewhere. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, what else do we have here for Pile 2 viewers, please? What is their soulmate's higher self wanting to tell Pile 2? If you've been doing some type of inner work here as well, this shows some success coming in, and that is so liberating. It actually opens up a lot more different things than you were anticipating, like different opportunities, different partners, different relationship dynamics, things like that. Okay, so let's see what are the particulars. Let's put this over here. We have the Chariot. Yeah, this is that you're almost there, kind of stay focused and keep following the path that is being presented to you, and stay steady and strong. You are being protected through this whole journey, and also that the path is very clear for you, so don't get distracted is something I hear. Don't get distracted, but definitely follow that intuition and that inner call as well. There might be some travel or a journey that is about to come up if you've not already decided one for yourself, and this can be literally that you're about to step into a new world. And I think this particular trip or travel plan can be quite special in a way that it leads you to the soulmate as well, if you've not already met this person yet. But it takes you closer to your goals in general, romantic or otherwise. Okay, then we have the Justice coming through, and this is about finding balance, fairness, good karma coming in. We also have the Two of Cups. So this is a soulmate card, and with Justice there, it has a little bit of the seriousness to it. For example, this can be follow through with the connection that you have right now if you are in a relationship, or this can be giving you more encouragement to step into a new dynamic with your existing partner. For people who don't have a relationship, this can be indicating that as you follow the path, you set into motion a lot of events that make you meet this person. But with the water lilies here, it's important to pay attention to that intuition and heart. If it does not make you feel right, the logic can say something, but if your heart's not in it, you're not likely to keep following through, and you're even more likely to scatter your focus. With the edges as well, you can see that there are so many tentacles, so there can be like you're doing many things. Perhaps you're juggling different tasks and you're trying to find balance in life, so you don't have much time free to be adventurous, to be curious, and to follow that heart. So until you're able to do this, this path is not going to be very clear for you. So I think that's kind of the guidance over here, but it also gives you that incentive that as you follow through, you will meet your soulmate and more like-minded souls. This also means that your life is in harmony as well. You're in alignment with your own voice. You're able to express your truth, and you're able to follow through on your goals and dreams as well. Okay, then we have the Seven of Cups, which rules imagination, daydreaming. It's about having many options and choices as well. A little bit of a fantasy situation, but it is kind of asking you to again open your heart and imagine, and not only that, like imagine to expand your mind and expand your awareness. That's very important. But then with the Chariot, you got to follow through as well. With the Justice, it means that we have the dreams, we also have the action, we have the intention, we have the expression, right? We have both the internal and external manifestation of that same emotion. That's when we are really exuding what we are inside on the outside. Otherwise, we're in a state of disharmony and personal conflict, and then we see that in relationship dynamics going all wonky, and workplaces not working out, and etc., right? So we attract what our vibe is. So I think the direction that your soulmate is giving you is somewhere that this person is already, or is headed there. So it's sort of like, you do this, I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna meet over there. It's sort of that situation. And we have the Ten of Swords as well, which I'm hearing end your doubts. End your doubts, end your current limitations and circumstances, and it indicates that an ending is coming, if it's not yet here, because you're done with this chapter. That can be, there is a feeling of excitement and anticipation as well. So some of you are like looking forward to go off and do your own thing and see what you can do as well. And it might be a little bit far away from where you currently live, or away from the type of people and mentality that surround you here. So it kind of opens up your choices and options. You're open to the experiences as well. So yes, don't be afraid and don't take it way too seriously, such that you're kind of squashing your fun. But at the same time, too much wishy-washy is not going to get you very far, because you will get very scattered in your efforts as well. So it's sort of like stay focused, but be open as well. That, yeah, I have no other way of explaining that. That is the message here. Let's see, what else do we get? Also, it indicates that, okay, so I guess bold claim, but most of you who have chosen this pile are going to enter into a legal relationship with the soulmate you have here. So it can be like a marriage partnership, or like cohabitation. Like there's so many different types of relationships you can have, right? So something like that, which is like legally binding. Okay, so let's see, what else do we have for pile 2s? Move beyond intention to belief. One more. This is that ultimate faith in yourself. Yeah, oh, I got that very strong. In yourself. Okay. Trust that you can make it. Trust that you can do it. Trust that you will find this person. And that you can achieve your visions. They're not just fantasies and imagination. You can actually make that a reality. So believe in your own dreams. I think that's the message as well. And number 5 is coming through, which indicates a change is coming, and it is major. It shifts your perspective, your outlook in life, and sometimes it even changes your lifestyle and routines and all of that. So especially if you're moving to a completely new place, of course your routine and the way you just go about life is going to be different. Then we have inflow with money with card number 43. And this is about aligning with your abundance. So whenever we say inflow, I also like to see cups cards, or pentacles in this particular case. And also justice, because it means that balance is restored. Balance always is restored. So you're unlocking your abundance, you're flowing with your imagination, you're moving along with that intuition, you're following your heart, but you have your logic on board. You're not compromising a part of yourself in the decision making or in the action procedure. That's, I think, the best way of harmonizing the divine feminine and masculine energies we have in practice. So I think you're doing something like that. You're moving someplace, but you're listening to your gut as well about like where should you go, or how should you pick, let's say, or who should be your roommate, etc. And there's a lot of prosperity coming in through that. From breaking out of current constraints, if you have any money problems as well, that's going to stop. Because you have this full faith in what you truly are desiring. And you have faith that it will come to reality. That's the whole belief, right? You just know, you know it. You're not just wanting it, you're not wishing it, you're not hoping for it. You know it to be true. And that is the key. That's the key to unlocking your abundance, your happiness, and increasing harmony and intimacy within relationships as well. I'm also hearing that you're finishing some relationship patterns. Yes, you're finishing relationship patterns. What you have experienced that has been difficult is not going to repeat again. Okay. All right, so I would like some guidance message for you here. Pile 2s, soulmates, higher self, please. I keep hearing, I'll meet you there. Then we have Heron, which says, oh goodness, let go of convention and follow your own unique path. See, that's the Chariot, like believe in your dreams. I'm also getting with the Ten of Swords that your dreams have been squashed by other influences, external factors, other people or circumstances, because of legal reasons, there are so many ways. But your dreams have been squashed to the point where you believe that it can't happen, or it's just too hard to get up or to do something. It's too challenging. But I'm hearing it feels that way because you're at the brink of the breakthrough. At the brink of the breakthrough. It's darkest before the dawn. Yeah, that kind of logic here. It feels really, really dark, and then there is light, and then the light just increases. It's sort of that message that comes through with the Ten of Swords. You're almost there, and it's just about to turn a corner, and things are going to open up. Just with the Chariot here, you're driving through this narrow channel, and you don't have much perspective, and you're not able to like change course because there's nowhere else to go except straight, so you just keep going. But then as you keep focusing and keep heading towards that goal, vision, ambition, whatever that is for you, you see that your perspective just widens at the end of the road. You see light, you see space, you see just freedom, and the experience, your mindset itself widens as well. You can almost feel that physically too, like you're walking in residential areas or going to your local grocery store or whatever, but then sometime when you go really far away from the city and you see a really wide view, it almost physically feels like your head is widening, or as though your eyes are taking in so much more, right? And that's actually very important. And I don't know where I read this, but it did say that whenever you can, you should go to this wide open spaces, because it actually increases your brain function. It improves your eyesight as well, but it really changes up the perception, perceptive abilities, your IQ and things like that. It's just really, really important. The ability to see farther into the distance also improves your foresight in life. Yes, okay, that was a random guidance. Maybe doing that is also going to be helpful, going away from your problems, or sometimes when you feel difficult, then you can go someplace that is more open and that can help you with on many levels. Then we have Blackbird, which says the magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. Exactly. The untapped potential is just really sticking out to me. It means that you've not worked on this yet, right? It's pretty latent, and it's in terms of expression, because when it says unfolding, I'm hearing that it's coming out, right? It has not yet come out, but it is in you, and you know it because you can imagine it. Yeah. I don't know how else to explain it. Everyone is going to be different. Like if you want to be a singer, yeah, sure, you've not taken some courses or whatever, but you like the idea of singing. You'll find that there is freedom. You hum sometimes, something like that, where it has not yet been expressed to the extent that it needs to be. And with the end of chapter, your things are being set into motion, and as you follow them, you will see that more and more of you, your unique self, just comes out. I'm also for you guys, I'm just getting like glimpses of things. In the previous pile, I got like a string of feelings and even words, so it was a lot more fluent. But I'm getting an outpour of feelings that can come, like when you for the first time liberate yourself from this situation, for the first time that you see this widened perspective, and the first time you dare to do your own thing, it kind of overwhelms you in a very positive way. You feel like this is it, this is it, this is what I've been waiting for, this is what I've been needing, and it's just so pure that it just, it comes out here. It can even be for some of you that you meet this person and you know that this is the person. It can even be about the soulmate. But it's quite, you feel abundant, quite literally. You feel abundant from the inside out. You feel rich. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope the reading resonated, that it helps you out. Let me know your thoughts, and if you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box and the comment below. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye. Hi Pile 3, welcome to Eternal Realms and welcome to your reading. Let's see what your soulmate's higher self would like to tell you. So these soulmates, or this soulmate, I'm trying to channel one particular, can or cannot be a romantic connection, but you are to be met. You will meet them in this lifetime if you have not yet already. So let's see what their higher self would like to tell you at this time. This can be a message of support and encouragement, or it can be guidance. Can even be a prediction. So let's see what comes through. One more. Thank you. Okay. So first we have dusk, and then we have shape. You know, just the color theme. Right before I was about to do your reading, I was like, okay, now we're going to do a reading for pile number 3, and we're going to see what their soulmate's higher self would like to tell them. And as soon as I said that, I felt a very sweet vibe. It's a cute vibe, just very sweet. And it's not surprising to me that we're getting such soft colors as well. The previous piles did not get that. If you want, you can check it for yourself, but they had like dark blue, dark green, something like that. But this is more pink and light blues, light yellows over here. Very, very adorable. So what this basically is saying, that you are being protected, okay? That is like for sure. You are being tended to very carefully as well. And they say that the soulmate here is saying that you have a sensitive soul, so you should protect that. Not in a way that you should be afraid of things, but that you should be discerning and selective of who you let into your space. And I'm also getting that this higher self of your soulmate also is kind of feeling what you're feeling. So their level of empathy is extremely high. Okay, and their compassion is extremely high. So whenever you're upset or feeling lonely or just not feeling your best, this higher self feels that exactly to the point that you are, and probably more, because the higher self is their spiritual form, right? So lots of feelings go on. So whenever you are able to handle yourself well and your emotions well, this soul feels more collected as well. So this higher self is very influenced basically by you. It seems like a very tender connection, very loving person whenever you do meet them. And they have incarnated already. They have a shape, they have a form, yeah. And they also have a very pure heart. And you might see that this person is introverted or just reserved in what information they share. But they have, you'll be drawn to their eyes and also their vibe. You'll kind of feel as though this person is quite nice. And their niceness is going to draw you in. Their gentle behavior is also going to, because they don't speak a lot, I think you're going to be observing their body language more. So you can understand more about the person in that way. The body will give it away. The body language is crucial. I'm also getting as a message for you that in order to manage your emotions better whenever it is like feeling disturbed, moving and doing something, creating something or moving is going to help you collect your thoughts and feelings. And also finding a way to express your heart is something that this higher self is guiding you towards. Because I feel as though you feel a lot, but you might not be able to put that into words. Like you don't know what to say or how to give shape to it, basically. but that's one of your gifts as well. Like, it's unexplored, and it might feel a little bit vague and like too much to talk about it or to write about it. But if you keep trying, you can see that you express very beautifully, and that's one of your talents that can actually move people because of that open heart, sensitivity, the empathy. I'm guessing you're as well quite empathetic. Yes, okay. So let's get some more messages. Okay, pile 3's soulmate higher self, please. What would they like to tell pile 3 here? I'm getting the message that they're bored, and because I saw the 4 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles, these two came up first, right? So it feels like I'm bored, I'm waiting, let's get together already, or like let's, you know, collaborate in some way as well. They miss the connection, not like miss, but they miss being directly linked with you. This is especially true if you're not get together. It's feeling as though can't wait. Yeah, I think that's the one. Can't wait. Then we have the 10 of Pentacles as well. That's so nice. Then we have the Lovers, which is the soulmate card. Yeah, when I saw the 10 of Pentacles, I'm like, what? They're like thinking of having a family with you, or like being with you and connecting with you for the long haul. And then I see the Lovers as well. That's like a huge confirmation too, right? Then we have the 6 of Wands, which is about success and admiration. This higher self definitely looks up to you a lot. Not in a like intimidated type of way, but like there's a lot of respect and appreciation for everything that you are. And I feel as though in previous lifetimes you've done a lot to help this person as well through their difficult times. So I think there's a lot of gratitude that's coming through from this higher self, and they would like to help you out this time in whichever way that you would need them. If you're already connected with this person, their higher self is definitely saying, let's do this for the long haul and let's have family. Yeah, let's join units, let's join forces and do this life together. That type of confidence is coming through. They might be like pulling back their feelings though in like physical form. I think they're like coming across a little bit aloof or not so bothered and not in a rush type of situation. And that's because they don't want to come on too strong. Okay, they have the feelings, but they don't want to come on too strong because they don't want to ruin this. They're in their head, they're like already together for the long haul is happening. But they might be like suppressing their feelings in some way. Not the time yet, not the space yet, you know, something like that. If you are already in a committed relationship, and you're like stuck in a rut type of situation, then this is indicating that you should like do something together, like build something or go for classes and courses together, maybe learn something together that is new to both of you. And maybe like neutral territory as well, like you also, you know, don't have much expertise and they also don't, and then you can kind of work on it together, and that can give you that joint effort, the joint feeling of connectedness. The 6 of Wands is saying that your voice is very, we did talk about the expression, right? But again, I'm getting your voice is very important, or the things that you have to share is very needed for the people around you. So don't hold yourself back in that way. I'm also hearing hold yourself in the same regard as I see you, as a dialogue from the higher self. It's also saying make the choices that you want to commit to in life right now, as well as for the future. I think make the choices that you would want to be doing all the time, not like temporary choices that will make you happy for right now, but won't lead to any long-term fulfillment. So work with people who you are comfortable with, but more than comfort, people who actually nourish you. Different people can also come together if they're a balancing influence, and we can learn something from one another, right? That's why the collaboration thing works. If everyone is the same, then we're just going to be the same. There's no change, there's no growth, and there's just no future prospect there. And that's where we get stuck. But collaborating with different types of people can open up your mind, and it can open up new channels and new opportunities for growth as well. And it is possible that as you follow this trajectory, you're following your goals and caring for your legacy and the things you do for your family and your home environment as well, that is going to lead you coincidentally to meet this person. I'm not getting a very specific message that if you follow your career, you'll find me there, or that if you do this, I think you will meet anyway. Like all paths lead to that. Okay, all paths lead to that, but it's whether you are very happy in the journey or not. Like it does not affect your soulmate's higher self journey or the soulmate's journey in any way for sure. You will still meet anyway, but that soulmate really wants you to be happy and feeling your best all the time, because it's like, I wish you nothing but the best, nothing but prosperity, nothing but glory and success. It's something I keep hearing, like infinite support whenever you need, however you need. That type of solid I will be there type of energy is coming through here. Okay, you might forget that sometimes though, or it might be hard to sense. With something that's always there, you just don't feel the absence of it, so you don't know what it is like to have it as much. That's sadly how it is, right? So I feel like you're constantly surrounded by a level of support and care, but that is a way that the higher self ensures that you are fine, and there's like consistent, not concern, but care for you. Okay, so as you collaborate with different people or like learn different things, you expand towards your goals and ambitions in life, and you feel good like a winner in your own life. The happier you are, the more pleasant your own journey and the more pleasant your union with this person, if you've not yet met. And even if you have, your journey together is just more pleasant and unified, right? The goal is to stay connected forever, to stay aligned forever, right? That's kind of the goal, not be aligned and then separate and then aligned. That's not really the goal, right? So I think the more each individual within that connection is able to sustain themselves, the more collaborative effect there is, because otherwise we're just trying to pick up each other's pieces and we're kind of toppling over here and there, so neither one is balanced, nor is the relationship balanced. And this soulmate here wants for that happily ever after situation, and that can't happen unless your roots are strong. So your base has to be strong. And it's so interesting that we're seeing the tree trunk over here with the Ten of Pentacles, which is like keep growing, keep flourishing, keep on rising up. Meanwhile, in the Three of Pentacles, before that happens, there's a whole lot of things that happen underneath the surface that enable this to happen. Right? So if you've not yet met this person and you are feeling a little bit impatient or like, is this going to happen or not? It's just saying that it will. That's a yes. But there's a lot of things that are being done in the meantime, underneath the surface, as the base work, as the leg work, in order to ensure that this relationship works. Because I told you that there is a purity and a sensitivity over here. So universally speaking, no one wants to be scarred, right? No one wants to be scarred. No one goes after that. So what you guys have done, what it seems like to me from my viewpoint here. What it seems like is you made a pact before you came here that you would ensure everything and you would do everything needed to make sure that there are no scars associated with this relationship. You want it to be protected and nurtured, nourished, loved, supported, and all of that. And to be able to do that, we first need to let go of the things that are not supportive, right? And which are not aligned in our individual best interest. To ensure balance, both need to be balanced. And if either one is not feeling their best, doesn't mean that you miss out on the soulmate, but that when you do meet, it's as well imbalanced, right? I'm sure you're getting what I'm saying now. I'll stop repeating myself. Okay. Let's see, what else is there for pile 3? That purity, that sanctity just must be maintained. That something is very loud and clear. And regardless of what happens, this person will be there for you. You will not feel their absence. Maybe in a physical sense, yeah, but not in a spiritual sense. That's just not happening. Let's ask the question. I did not ask, I was just shuffling. So pile 3's soulmate's higher self, please, what would they like to tell? Pile 3. Release expectations, but get into the flow. Getting into the flow is like you're just in the moment. You're moving with the motions. You're not overthinking it. You're not looking in the past, not in the future. Yeah, that's another message. We have overrate your intuition, card number 2. And this corresponds with the High Priestess energy as well. So this is again that being mindful, that sensitivity. You know, I did mention the eyes, right? The eyes call you in. We have another eye there. I didn't think of that. I didn't link it together. We have you are magic as well. Okay. So this is saying that you're very capable, you're extremely skilled, and you're very admirable as well. And the you are magic is again giving me a pure energy of you're made of the universe, stuff of the universe. You are infinite, you are eternal, and therefore you're magical. You have consciousness and you can exert yourself in so many different ways. So that's like pretty grand, right? That's pretty big. And at the same time, you have these many skills as well. So don't hold on too much to what you are familiar with and allow yourself to grow, go with the flow, exert or express yourself. You know it in your heart, believe in yourself, your heart, your emotions, all these things that you feel deep down, but you don't really put out there. And I don't mean like make public, but like express even to yourself, right? Okay, what else do we have for pile 3? Okay, we have the starling, which says now is the time to get out into the world and connect in authentic ways. Yeah, this is that whole meeting people, and you never know how you're going to come across your soulmate as well. Some people, by the way, they wonder whether they will know when they know, you know. Like some people say that when you meet the one, you know, right? But the people who hear it sometimes are like, will I know when I know? But I think you will. If you're doubting it, don't doubt it. You will know. It's in the eyes. I think you just sense something there. We have Robin, which says new growth and potential is on the horizon. Reach out and embrace it. Amazing. So lots of growth in life in general. Think you're about to do some stuff. yourself, and you unlock a whole different version of you. Also, you're connecting with like-minded people. It brings you closer to the chance of meeting your soulmate as well. And the people that you collaborate with are also your soulmates, I'm hearing. This one that we're getting here is more of a romantic situation, but the people that you meet moving forward are going to be more of your soul family. You have just a lot of protection and guidance overall. So you can feel free to expand and explore. So that's what I have for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much for being here. I hope the reading resonated and that you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. If you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box and the comment below. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye. Hi, Pile 4. Welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to your reading. We will see what your soulmate's higher self has to say to you at this time. This can be messages of guidance or support or prediction. We'll see what we get. And soulmates would be people who are connected to us, and this particular soulmate will be a part of your life physically, but you may or may not have met them yet. And soulmates come in many forms, so it may or may not be a romantic connection, but we'll again see what we get. So for Pile 4, please, what messages can we get from their soulmate's higher self? One more. Okay, even Pile 3 got this one. Interesting. And we have, whoa, darkness and shape. Interesting. Interesting blend. Wow. Okay, I would like more cards because intuitively I'm getting some deja vu, as if I've gotten this combination before. And I've said this thing that I will get some more cards. Let's see. Okay, Pile 4, soulmate's higher self. Please, what messages do they have? This was wanting to come out before, but I was not sure. Okay, so let's see what we have. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the Fool. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the Ace of Cups. And we have the Justice. Okay. Okay, so one message I'm getting is don't ignore the warning signs. Something is brewing behind the scenes. It can be a past deceit as well by someone that you were connected to. But if you have an intuition that who you're with right now might have something like off about them, like something they're hiding, or they're not just like opening up to you. Maybe they like ignorance, or they like to or they have this habitual pattern of like running away from problems or anything too serious or something like that. Escapist tendencies, things like that. If you're suspecting that, then don't ignore it, because your inner self or your intuition is only trying to guide you towards a path that is going to be more peaceful, more in balance and harmony with your life purpose. So life purpose and also this connection with this soulmate here. But there needs to be some healing to be done. If you're not with someone, this can be talking about your desire to escape difficult emotions and ignoring the shadow. It can even be like living in fear of something. So before someone has commitment issues here, it can be you or the type of people that you attract, the type of culture you're surrounded by. You know, something here is like that. With escapist tendencies. So if you get too close, then it is of course very lovely and feels amazing, but at the same time there's a desire to close off and go away and do things by yourself, and as if your solitude is the only peace. And some people like honestly choose that's fine. But they don't choose that because they're trying to not get hurt, right? They just enjoy their own company enough, so they don't feel the need to partner up with someone necessarily. But it looks like some type of new beginning is happening here. If you are in a destructive relationship, it can mean that you are separating. So you then find peace and a brand new journey appears, and you have the chance to make connection with this soulmate that's coming through at this time. So you're coming out of a difficult period of time, and don't suppress your thoughts or feelings about it. If it felt difficult, it felt difficult. I mean, it's your perspective, it is your lifetime. So, of course, no one outside of you has the right to say, no, that's not true. Or like, no, it was not that hard, right? Because they didn't go through it, you did. So you get to make that choice and that acknowledge the feelings that you had while you were going through something tough. But at the same time, recognize that there is something new that is being shaped here, or there's something new that is waiting. And I keep saying new because we have 0, we have 1, and justice is card number 11. So 111, and we have a 0 there, which is indicating end of something, beginning of something new. You are in that initiative taking position as well, and the universe is sort of meeting you halfway. Okay, so open up to the new journey. Don't hold yourself back because of past experiences. And if you feel as though past experiences still hold you back somehow, it can be mentally, it can be self-sabotage, right? But it can also be other people. So see which one fits for you. But it's first important to work on those things, to heal certain aspects before moving forward. I think the moving forward will be in part voluntary. I don't see like a shocking event that just breaks everything down and all of that. No tower, no death, no very strong major arcana. But it will be initiated by you when you feel as though you are ready to meet someone new or to collaborate with someone here, to open up your heart, and as though you have accepted the past and you've kind of let that be, you've let that to rest, and now you're ready to move on to your next phase and all of that. That's when there is this chance of meeting this person here. Those of you that don't resonate with deceitful partner that you're with already, if you're in a solid committed relationship, and you know that this is your soulmate, this can be indicating that there are some things within the relationship that you're not looking at. Maybe, it happens that when you are with someone for a very long time, whether it is like a very close friendship or it's a romantic relationship, there is a tendency towards complacency over time. So people just stop growing or stop wanting to grow and explore. They're like, well, we know everything we need to know about one another, or we don't need to do anything anymore. Why try? No one's going anywhere. That sort of taking for granted situation can happen, and it's like a slow death. Okay, it builds up very behind the scenes, and you almost don't see it at first, but then it kind of keeps rolling, and at some point it reaches its peak, and you're like, you don't appreciate me anymore. Or I'm not feeling appreciated, loved, and accepted for who I am. And it's as though we're in limbo, that type of thing. So before things get like, you don't need to wait for things to get difficult to be dealing with things or to learn about each other. Like figuring out, for example, taking a break, going somewhere that is completely new can be a balancing influence as well. And trying to do some different activities, maybe going on adventures together, can also be a very rejuvenating experience. You get to see your partner in action, and they're doing their own thing. You're seeing their body language or attitude or whatever the case is, and you're talking about things in common, maybe some memories from the past as well. And in that process, you deal with a lot of the issues, with yourself, but also within the connection. Now, for those of you looking for new connections, these whole initiatory energies are indicating that there's literally something waiting or someone waiting right there. But you might not be ready to see it yet. For example, the friend zone example is coming in. Some of you might have friend zoned this person. I don't know, take it as it resonates, okay? Take it as it resonates. But some of you have friend zoned it because you're not yet ready for such a nice guy or whatever, or that type of person that, you're not looking in that direction yet, right? But that doesn't mean that the connection is not there. Okay, variety of messages came through here. Let's see some more cards. That was quick. We have external validation and we have creator water. So listening to that intuition and your heart is very important here. Listen to, as in, do what you want. Not what other people would want you to want. Yeah. The Seven of Swords is as well like a rebel at heart, like carving your own path, doing your own thing. But at the same time, there's like this riskiness of wanting to be accepted. So on the surface, this seventh sword is looking just like the other swords, but underneath the surface, it's not really. So it's sort of like this desire to be risky, but at the same time wanting acceptance from people who are not your kindred spirits, So what do you listen to ultimately? So external validation contains that dichotomy here. Like, do you listen to your validation or are you waiting for external validation? And of course, we do need both, in a balance of both. But in situations where we must choose, which way do you lean towards? That's an important question here, because with this creator here, it puts you in that creative position. Like, your choice is going to decide what your experience is going to be of your life, of your perception of reality. So if you follow your heart, follow your own validation, then you're more likely to be satisfied with things that you're doing. Okay? So, but if you're not able to sense your heart, or you're not able to decide which way to go because it might be too scary, it's like once you take the leap, you can't like climb back up the same way, right? It's kind of a change of a world. So I think some of you are like collecting opinion of, should I go abroad, or should I do this, or should I take that course, things like that. Or you listen to other people's opinions on your relationships or the types of people that you date and all of that. So you're making decisions based on what other people would want for you instead of what you want for you, right? So in that case, that is one of the shadow qualities, because this person might not be everybody's taste or everybody's cup of tea, right? But the connection, again, that doesn't mean that the connection is not there. It doesn't mean that it's not going to go the distance, right? It's up to you and this person as well. That's it. I'm also getting create your own space to feel free. The safe space is really loud and clear with these two cards. I think you're connecting with someone with whom you feel safe, and I think one telltale sign will be that without realizing you're like expressing yourself, you're feeling comfortable around this person as well. And that's a sign that this is your soulmate. And this person is not like you. They're quite different. So there is that balancing influence here. So if you're very outgoing, then this person is quite introverted. If you're very adventurous, this person might be more like curl up in a blanket and read a book type of situation, but both of you kind of pull each other the other way and kind of balance each other out as well. So yeah, through this description you already know if, you know, your friend zone this person or what. That's amusing, oh goodness. Okay, some more messages please for pile 4. Yeah, see, we have the time is ripe for creation and connection. Focus your attention in these areas. We just talked about that most recently. So I'm not going to repeat that. It's nice to have further emphasis on that point. And we also have Woodpecker, which says use your discernment and fortitude to achieve your goals and find a new rhythm. Yeah, a new way of being, a new way of thinking, not defeating yourself, not putting yourself in a corner, taking some risks, but also having faith while doing so, opening your heart, listening to that, not trying to be very protective about that, especially when you know that some person is actually nice. There's like new paths, new potential opening up. We talked about that already, so that's being repeated once more. And it's okay to be scared, I'm getting. Before the start of anything big, we feel scared, but that does not need to be the decider. It's a component, it's a feeling, but apart from the fear, we also have excitement, we also have anticipation. We can also sense that there's like good stuff coming in there and that we're surpassing difficulties and limitations, right? So these are as well needing to be taken into account. So if it makes sense to you on many, many levels, then go for a connection or a place, and that is inevitably going to lead you towards this connection. And once again, opposites attract type of, you know, dynamic going on between you and this person, okay? But there is at the same time very strong kinship. There's plenty of affection for one another. And that's what kind of keeps this connection rooted as well, regardless of like your personal ups and downs. It still keeps you guys rooted and together. Wow. I'm also loving all this similar colored tones with the woodpecker, the shape behind the darkness here, the fool. And these are different creators, by the way, different decks, different creators. So it's surprising. And this color, very peachy, it reminds me of innocence and play. It's also about needing to protect that innocence and purity too, and it's emphasizing that wherever you're headed now, you can express yourself a lot more than you have been in the recent past, almost like letting your inner child out and play. You just feel liberated in this new phase here. Okay, so don't let fear hold you back, but for sure acknowledge that. Okay, so that's what I have for you, pile 4. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope the reading resonated and that it helps you out. Let me know your thoughts. If you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box and the comment below. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.